Hello there, I'm Barry Robinson for Brill Voice TV. I'm with Ani Tselha. Now, Ani, you're a Buddhist nun, and Ani means like sister, and Tselha is your name, so it's Sister Tselha, Ani Tselha.
Yes.
That's great. Well, it's lovely to meet you.
And
now,
you, Barry.
Thank you very much. Now, you've got a couple of events happening, haven't you, very shortly?
Yes, we have. We've got one on the 22nd of November at 7:30 till 9 at the Crown Spa Hotel. And it's on the power of forgiveness, and it's with Gelung Tubten, a senior monk from Samiling Tibetan Buddhist Monastery in Scotland. And this event is to help people really let go of painful things from the past that can cause us a lot of suffering because we hold on to them, and also to really heal deep emotional wounds. So it isn't just a talk, there'll be actual practice and guidance and time for people to ask questions about their own personal experiences. So I really would like to invite everyone to come along.
So when is that and where is this again?
22nd of November at the Crown Spa Hotel. You don't need to book, and although we say a suggested donation of £7, that's to cover the train fare and just the costs of the event, no one's ever excluded due to lack of funds.
So if you've only got 50 pence,
Absolutely.
you can still come along?
Yes, yeah.
That's great.
And it's just fine, there's just a donation box and it's anonymous, so you just pop it in.
Yeah, so that's the first event.
Yes.
The second event?
Well, it's a course that's being run by Gelung Tubten and Ken Holmes, who's the Director of Buddhist Studies at Samiling. And it's the whole path of meditation and compassion, how to develop peace, how to open our hearts. And that's the first weekend, it's at Wood End on the Crescent, and the first weekend is the 24th and 25th of November. It's 10 till 4, and we say a suggested donation of £50 for the whole weekend, but once again, no one's ever excluded. So if you've only got a couple of pounds, you just offer that, so there's no problem. And you don't have to be Buddhist, you don't have to become Buddhist, it's just a pathway of opening the heart and working with your mind, so that you become more peaceful and more loving.
And Wood End, of course, is Scarborough.
Yep, yes, it's on the Crescent, and we are going to bring and share lunch, so you can bring some salad or whatever you like, and we'll share it together.
Okay, and then there's Lounsborough Lodge. Explain all about Lounsborough Lodge in Scarborough.
Yes, well, we're hoping that we will get this building as a community asset transfer from the council. Our Executive Director, the Venerable Lama Yeshe Losar Rinpoche, who's also the Abbot of Samiling Monastery in Scotland, came a few weeks ago, and he met with council leaders, and he put in a concrete offer as a community asset transfer that we would put into up to £500,000 to renovate it for the benefit of the community. It's not a Buddhist temple, it'll be a health and well-being centre, and it'll be open to everybody. And the idea is that there'll be complementary medicine, there'll be a community clinic, there'll be lots of different courses, it'll be a nucleus for projects to run their groups from, there'll be yoga and tai chi, there'll be like an arts cafe with Tibetan paintings on the walls. So just a really lovely, peaceful, relaxed, healing environment for healing the mind and the heart for everyone.
If there's a cafe there, I'll be there.
Yes, you will be.
I'm always going anywhere for a cup of coffee.
Oh, you'll be really welcome. So we're really hoping. So if anybody wants to get involved, just contact me, because eventually we want people from the community to help, to volunteer, builders, all types of work that we'll be doing, so that it's a real community project, that it brings everyone together, breaks down barriers, and helps with social exclusion and isolation, so that it becomes a real heart in the heart of Scarborough.
And people think that Buddhism is a religion, but it's not really, is it? You don't convert to Buddhism.
No.
You can still be a Christian and be a Buddhist.
Yeah, it's simply a way of living your life peacefully. The Dalai Lama, when people ask him, what's your religion? He said, my religion is kindness. So you could
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so
that's the best religion to have.
It is.
Kindness,
and being joyful and helping others. So yes, it's not a religion. We're not worshipping anything. It's about taking responsibility for your own mind, and through meditation and compassion practices, we just become kinder and happier human beings.
Ani Tselha, why did you become a Buddhist?
Well, about 20 years ago, everything in my life fell apart. My job, I was made bankrupt, a divorce, husband was alcoholic, very everything just fell apart. My father was diagnosed with terminal cancer. There was nowhere to hide anymore. I had to really dig deep. And my life, I really would say, was hit rock bottom.
So whereabouts do you come from? You are English.
Yes, yeah. I was living in Nottingham at the time, and two friends of mine gave me a telephone number, and I was just in such a desperate state. I didn't really know where I was going. I put some clothes in a suitcase. My brother gave me a lift up to this place in Scotland, and it turned out to be a Tibetan Buddhist monastery. And immediately when I got there, I sat talking with a young nun, and my heart just recognised that this felt like home. But it took me many years to really make a full commitment to life ordination. So I went off to India and married again and carried on sort of doing the same sort of things that I was doing before, and a lot more suffering. And then finally, about 4 years ago, I went back to the monastery. I'd still been in touch with the Tibetan lamas, and I really asked them, please, can I ordain for life? I'd been a novice nun about 20 years ago. I'd done a few years, year by year, but had decided that maybe, my dad had said he'd be unhappy if he didn't have any grandchildren, and he found me having a bald head very difficult.
I was going to say, why do ladies have their hair cut?
It's a symbol of renunciation, because when the historical Buddha went off as a monk, he had very long hair as a prince, and it was a sign of your status. So he made this gesture, he cut it off with his sword to show that he'd renounced the material world, that he wanted to go and find a real answer to the suffering of the human condition. So this is a sign of really letting go of your ego and humility.
And of course, Christian nuns, they wear black, and you wear maroon.
Well, this was, I think, the cheapest dye in Tibet. So I'm a Tibetan Buddhist nun, and so this was the colour of the dye that they used, and so we carry on in that tradition. And it's so much easier. You don't have to choose what you're going to wear in the morning. You don't have to worry about your hair. It's a simple way to live. Yeah,
and of course you've met the Dalai Lama.
Yes, I went to Manchester Arena, and I was sat quite close, and in India when I was there I met him as well, and wonderful.
I was going to say, what's he like? He looks nice. I've only seen him on the telly, but he's always got a smile on his face. He always seems to be a happy chappy.
Absolutely, just such love and peace and total acceptance for whoever it is, whether it's somebody who's a cleaner or whether it's a politician or a celebrity. Just equal love, just great peace, great joy, wonderful sense of humour. You feel wonderful when you're in that presence.
So where do you see your life taking you now?
Well, as I say, we hope that we will be successful with Lounsborough Lodge, so we'll be very busy running the centre there. But in the long term, I'd like to do a long retreat, a woman's retreat.
And what does that entail?
It's about 4 years, and you go. It's on the Isle, Holy Isle, I think it's the west coast of Scotland, and you get up very early and you spend many hours training your mind with different meditation practices, so that you can really develop your potential, and then I can hopefully come out and be of greater benefit to people.
So I know you have a couple of kids, teenage kids.
Yes.
What do they think about you being a nun, a Buddhist nun?
Well, I think the eldest can be a little bit embarrassed by it, but a couple of
How old is he?
He's 15.
15, yeah.
A couple of mums have said it wouldn't matter whatever type of mum you were, they just are embarrassed. Yeah. So that's all right. I think they've got used to it now, and I think they support it now. It was difficult at first because it's quite an unusual thing to be doing, but they just think, it's something Mom's doing, it's all right,
So if anybody wants to get in touch with you, how do they go about it?
Well, they can, on a Wednesday evening at 7:30 at Stanley House on St Mary's Walk.
In Scarborough,
we do a meditation class, and anyone can come. It's really informal and relaxed. And also they could give me a ring or email me.
Okay, what's your telephone number and your email?
It's 07 967 118 225, and my email address is Annie, which is ANI, Tselha, which is TSELHA, @googlemail.com.
That's fantastic. Well, I wish you all the luck in the world. I'm sure it'll be a big success, whatever you do.
Thanks very much, Barry.
I'm Barry Robinson for Brill Voice TV. here with this lovely young lady having a great time.